I'm calling it.
All right, we gonna do this? Huh? Show me the money!
This wasn't in the job description. Let's move. Come on.
Today I got the Minisform MS-R1 mini workstation ARM computer. I was curious in getting this and finding out if it can game with the new Steam. Let's do an unboxing here. Alright, here we go. So this has 64 gigabytes of RAM and oh wow, that's a lot smaller than I thought it was. Power cable, power brick, HDMI, and some, that looks like a M.2 heatsink, some screws, and I'm not sure what's in here. Oh. That looks like an adapter. Okay. And then more adapters. So this is for power, and this is another breakout board. Let's see what kind of board it is. So this goes to a, oh, that's interesting. It has a little cover so it doesn't get any dust in it. Okay, so that's a U.2 drive. Nice. I don't have a need for that right at the moment. So I'll just put that cover back on. All right, now for the good part. Very nice. All right, so this has oh, that's right. So no tools. There we go. So you just slide it out, and we want, yeah, I'll probably pull that out because I don't actually use Wi-Fi. Got a 4 terabyte drive. Eventually I'm going to be putting in a GPU. This is a RX 6400. It is now becoming a Steam ARM machine. So I had to, I'm going to try using the graphics card now because I keep getting an error when I try to initialize Fex. All right, every Steam game I've had to run, it in the forced compatibility mode with Proton 10 to get everything to work in every game. That's been my best launching. And now here with the memory, when I start Fex Bash, I noticed that the committed RAM just starts skyrocketing. It starts out at 10, then it jumps up to 100, and then it levels out at like 200 and something gigs. I noticed the cache, RAM cache, seems to start increasing too, and it keeps going up and up until like it seems to level out at like 20 to 25 gigabytes of cached RAM. And it's kind of interesting since I have like 50 gigs of available RAM. So it's kind of interesting. So yeah, right here it's showing it's at 250 gigabytes committed, and I go into system call swappiness, and I put it at level 1. At default it's at level 60, and so it really starts ramping up the cached RAM, and yeah, this keeps going up. And so that right there, I was just showing the GPU, and I'm going to quit it real fast of Steam, and you'll see how it went from like 270, now it's back to being below 6 gigabytes, and the cache has stopped. And so this is just kind of a weird, I don't know if this is a bug, I don't know if this is just because it's experimental. I've just noticed that the RAM just keeps, like, I could have 7, maybe 8 gigs of RAM being used, and it goes in the committed part, it just is above 260 gigs, and then the cached is, and so like with GTA 5, it caches about 25 gigs. And I don't know if that's when the stabilization comes in, because once after, I noticed in the game when I first started, it's running for about 10 minutes. No matter what settings I'm doing, it then goes up to the frame rate goes up no matter what the settings I put it at. After like 15 minutes of play, the FPS goes up to like 10, maybe 8 frames per second. All right, so in my testing, I changed the CPPC interface type to PCC instead of fast channels. So in my testing, I found out that in games, it kept downclocking. It, like, the clock kept changing very rapidly, and I'll give an example here. Okay, so here I did LSPCI, so you can see in the computer. Right when it first boots, I did not change it permanently yet, but swappiness is set at a default of 60. So I'm just changing it to 0, and then I changed the power performance profile, and I set it to balance. So I can get the max performance. And here I was just checking that GPU was showing up correctly, because I noticed it was showing up as Express of 4, and I know the PCIe slot can go up to by 8, and turns out the card is by 4. So just in case you were wondering. So here in game, this is Stray 1600 by 900, and so as you can see in the left-hand corner, this is with fast channels. The CPU clock is on multiple cores are downclocking very fast. And so I'm going to let this run for a second, and you can see the frame times. I think the frame times are a bit, in my opinion, noisy. So when I change over to PCC, the frame times are a little bit more stable. And so now I'm on PCC. It will ramp up, it'll shift around, and then it'll lock at a certain megahertz, go back and forth here and there, but it'll keep some cores at a higher clock. And so I don't know if you can tell that with the frame times, but the frame times are very, in my opinion, they seem smaller and not so noisy.
Disappear. Shikigami dance. Good. Here I come.
Get away! The victor has been decided. Never my conviction. It's over. The victor has been decided.
All right, that's the MS-R1 from Minisforms with the ARM 12 core V9 CPU. Also, I noticed on the box it says PD in of 100 watts, so you can actually plug power into the USB-Cs and actually power the device without actually using that barrel jack. So yeah, that's a thing that you can do with it. And then the front panels here, I can actually feel the GPU blowing out through the front, so that's a nice feature. I actually ended up removing the bracket in the back because just for better airflow and cooling, so everything stays cool. So there was times where it actually got very warm. So it was like in the 90s on running some games. I'm also going to make a video about this other Minisform. This is so this is kind of cursed with getting this GPU in there. That's a GTX 1070. This has 8 terabytes of an M.2 and 96 gigs of RAM. So this is just another thing I'm going to work on and probably make it into a Docker container and run different applications and whatnot, and I'll show you some pretty interesting stuff. And stay tuned. Like, subscribe, and you know what to do. Peace.